Hey guys, for those of you who haven't watched one of my videos before or don't know me, my name's Ash and I'm the owner and head coach of AB Training and Performance. Welcome to my first Pilates video. I've just recently completed my Pilates instructor training. So I am a qualified clinical Pilates instructor. However, I can also help you with your general fitness and strength goals in a Pilates sense. So getting started today, I have a little bit of an endurance-based introduction for you. This is aimed at anyone, so if you haven't done Pilates before, give it a go. I'll step you through it. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, leave me a comment if you'd like anything similar to this one, or get in contact with me if you'd like a personalised program for either rehab, injury prevention, or just a general Pilates session. I can offer any of that to you. So let's get started today. So first what we're going to do is we're going to find our Pilates stance. So standing with our feet directly below our hips. So our hips are the inside of our pelvis here, directly down and nice and relaxed. So we're going to find our balance here. So we're using our Pilates tripod, which is 3 points on your feet. So you have below your big toe, your little toe, and your heel. So finding that balance between the three so your feet aren't rolling in or rolling out, just nice and comfortable. Then we're going to come up to our knees. So we're going to pull our knees nice and straight without locking them out. And we're going to pull the big muscles on the inside of our legs called our VMOs up and into our hip joint. So standing nice and tall. When we get to our pelvis, we're going to make sure that we're staying in what we call neutral spine. So to find this, we think of our pelvis as a bucket. So with our Pilates stance in our feet, what we're going to do is make sure our hips don't tip forward, which means water will be falling out the front, or tip back when the water will be falling at the back. We're going to find that happy medium. So standing nice and tall, and that's where we're going to stay. So the water's lapping at the edges, but it's not overflowing. A way that you can judge this as well is the dimple at the front of so the top of your hip bone and your dimple at the back should be in line. If you've found your neutral spine, we're coming up, we're pulling our chest in and up, so opening our chest, our collarbones are smiling, and our head is nice and tall. This is our starting position for Pilates today, so in our standing position. So what we're going to do next is just some mobility, some shoulder mobility. So standing in that position, what you're going to do is we're going to raise our arms up, breathing in and breathing out on the way down. And again, in and out. One more, in and out. All right, on the next one, we're going to come up into a calf raise as our arms raise. So in, raising up and lowering back down. 2 more of these. All right, so our next one is what we call windmills. So we're going to be raising our arm up, coming over, looking behind us, and straight down. Keeping that arm straight at all times. Staying in that neutral spine. So I'm just going to take a step forward. So breathing in, raising the arm up, breathing out to bring it around. In and out. So this is both your shoulder mobility and your thoracic mobility, so your upper back. 2 more on each side. And last one. Awesome. All right, next we have our arm circles with, our mini squats with arm arcs. So what you're going to do is we're going to raise our arms up the same as what we did when we were doing our arm circles at the start and raising on our, so we're coming up, raising up onto our toes. Then with our arms in the air, we're going to bend those knees on our toes, bring our arms down, palms over, and stand up. So again for you, we're raising up, then we're bending at the knees, arms are coming down and standing up. Making sure when you do squat, you are still on those toes. So we're working our calves, squat, arms down and back up and up. And last one, up, squat, down and up. Awesome work, everybody. So now we're going to do a roll down. So in a Pilates roll down, we start from the top. So we start with our head. So you're going to tuck your head into your chest and then you're going to roll down vertebrae by vertebrae down as low as you can go. Down, resting, and then same vertebrae by vertebrae, coming back up. All right, and one more. And back up. Awesome work. Okay, now we're going to come down to our mat. We're going to start with cat camel. So, or cat cow, it's also known as. So we're going to come down, hands directly below our shoulders. If you have sore wrists and you have push-up bars available, feel free to use them for any of these exercises. So, hands, as I said, below shoulders. What we're going to do is we're going to dip our tummy down, raise our head, breathing in, raising up, breathing out, dipping down. So 5 more. And last one. Awesome work. All right. Stepping up to our hip flexor stretch. So one foot out in front of the other. We're going to lunge forward into that stretch, feeling it through our hip flexor. Then the knee that is down at the back, arm is going to come up and stretch further into the stretch. If you want more of a stretch, you can reach that arm over the front stabilizing leg. Now hold here for 15 seconds. Coming back and swapping sides. So same thing, lunging forward, arm up and arm over if you wish. And back to that first leg, one more time on each side, lunging forward. And swapping again. Last one. Alrighty, moving on to our 4-point kneeling series. So first up we have our diagonals. So what we're going to do is we're coming down, hands under shoulders again. We're going to raise up, right arm, left leg, like so, coming back down and alternating. Making sure that you're pulling your belly button into your spine and you're not letting your hips dip or raise, okay? Nice neutral spine. So we're going for 10 of these. Two more. And 10. Okay, this time right arm, left leg are going to be doing the work. So what we're going to do is we're coming out, elbow to knee, and back out. Let's go. Two more. And last one. Awesome work. All right, holding out. Now what we're going to do is arm circles. So what you're going to do is make a circle with your arm the size of a dinner plate. Alrighty, and opposite direction. And coming back down. Awesome work. Now let's do our left hand and right leg. So coming up, going into our bird dog. So bringing elbow to knee, 10 of these. Two more. And 10. Holding out, arm circles. Let's go. And swap. And bringing it back in. Awesome work, everybody. So, next up is our child's pose. So just a nice stretch, pushing those hips back and relaxing. Awesome work. Okay, we're coming into our side lying series. So starting whichever side you choose, we're going to come down to a side bend. So you have the choice with your side bend to be up on your hand or down on your elbow. It is your choice. So what I'll get you to do is come to the front of the mat, lining up your hand with the front of the mat and your knees. So what you're going to do is pushing up into a nice side bend, nice and straight all the way through. And we're holding here. And down. Awesome work. Now let's hop up by adding in an overhead arm. So coming back up into that side bend, arm is being added in. Two more. Awesome work. All right, we are going for a side plank with abduction. Coming up, you can choose to do this on knee as well. So, coming up, raising those legs. Let's go. And now, holding it up, what you're going to do is you're going to kick forward, bend it, and kicking it like a soccer ball. Two more. Awesome work. And coming back down. So let's do a quick stretch on that side before we move on. So what you're going to do is grab your heel for a quad, pulling that back down and hook your heel over your knee. So we're incorporating our ITB bend in our stretch. Awesome work. Releasing that and swapping sides. So back up into that side bend. So lining yourself up with the front of the mat, hand on hip, up we go. and down, and now adding in that arm. So coming up and overheads. And relax. All right. Now we're going into that side plank with abductions. So coming up and raising. Let's go. And holding, and we're kicking forward. Awesome work. Great work, everyone. Alrighty. Coming back down so that we can do that stretch. Grabbing your heel, quad stretch, and hooking your heel over your knee. Alright. Coming into our prone series or front line. First up, what we're going to do is just some back extension exercises. So, coming into what we call our stop signs. So, head on the mat. What you're going to do is hands out at the side, like a stop sign. Feet on the ground, clenching your glutes and your upper back. You're going to raise up off the mat and come back down. Up and back down. Let's go. Make sure you're engaging your TA. Remember our deep tummy muscles. And last one. Awesome work. All right, this time we're gonna add in an arm extension. So when you come up, you're gonna raise up, back, and down, okay? Off we go. Make sure your eyes stay on your mat. 3 more. Last one. Great work, everybody. Push it back to child's pose if you need a break. Reaching forward. Alright, let's come into our planks. So, high plank to begin, coming up, and we are holding. Let's go. Hands under shoulders, drawing in that belly button, nice flat back. Alright, from here we are bringing opposite knee to opposite elbow. So across and back, across and back. Modification, bring it down to your knees and coming across. Let's go. Two more on each side. And last one. Great work, everyone. Push it back if you need. And let's come into our ab series. So onto our backs. We're starting with our leg lifts. So before we begin, Coming back down, we're going to find that neutral spine again, but on the ground. So, hands on the inside of your hips, small cough. Locate those muscles. Now, imagine your pelvis this time as a clock. 6 o'clock down here at the base of your pelvis, 12 o'clock up here at the base of our ribs. So what you're going to do is rock and roll from 12 to 6, back to 12, and find that happy medium in the middle. You should have a small gap between your back and your mat, and you should be able to sit a blueberry behind there. Now, you're not going to squash that blueberry the whole time we are on our back. You're just going to protect it. You don't want it to roll out and you don't want to squish it. So starting in this position, what we are going to do is raise one leg up, hinging at the hip, and come back down. And swap, and back down. Off we go. Two more on each side. Last one on each side. And pausing here. Okay, this time we are going to lift up, drop back, slide along the mat, and back to beginning. Lift up, down, slide along the mat, and back. All right, let's go. Remember to keep that small gap between your back and your mat, but don't let your blueberry escape. Two more on each side. Last one. All right. This time, instead of going along the ground, we are going to keep our foot just above it. So coming up, extend, up, and back. Let's go. Two more on each side. Last one on each side. Awesome work. Alrighty. This time we're coming into what we call tabletop. So feet come up. Now make sure you've still got that small gap in the middle of your back. You're going to really need to use your TAs for this one. Alright, this time what we're doing is we're touching our toe down and coming back up. Touching, coming back up, hinging at those hips. Let's go. Two more on each side. And last one. Awesome work. Bring those hips, those feet down. Relax on the floor. All right. Our next one is called a spine curl. So also quite similar to a glute bridge. However, this time you're going to squash that blueberry and then slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae until you reach that bridge position, and then back down vertebrae by vertebrae until you are back in that neutral spine. So you should have that small gap again. All right, so squash the blueberry, rolling up and back down. All right, let's go. Two more. And last one. All right, if you need to give a little bit of a shake, you can bring your knees to your chest and a little bit of a roll through your back. All right, we're going to do our spine curls again, but this time arms in the air. So arms straight up, let's go. Two more. And last one. Awesome work. Last thing we're going to finish with is a reverse plank. So hands either facing inwards or outwards, whichever is more comfortable for you. And you're going to push up into a reverse plank. And we are holding. Keep those hips up nice and high, just like your curls. And relax. One more, and up. And down. Awesome work. Coming over to your tummy into child's pose. So pushing those hips back, sitting on your heels. Take a few breaths here. Then you're going to push your hips forward and come up into your cobra stretch. And then looking over each shoulder. And once more. We'll go one more time for this one. So push those hips back. And forward. Over each shoulder. Nice and slow. And that is what I have for you today. So I hope you guys enjoyed that session. If you'd like to see more like this, leave me a comment, send me a message. And if you'd like any more information about the services I provide, just send me a DM or a text. Awesome. Thanks guys. Have a great day.